Hi everybody, I'm Nathan from Crazy Amazing Designs. Welcome to this video on using multi-outs with multi-tracks. So a couple of years ago, I created a video talking about using multi-tracks as a worship team, which I recently received a comment on, asking me to dive deeper into what hardware setup I was using for this. So the way I do this setup and my knowledge of this subject has changed a ton since I made that last video. So here we go with using multi-outs with multi-tracks. The individual who commented wanted to know, how can I run stereo tracks out of the iPad as well as stereo clicking cues? Currently they're using a cable, sending one signal from the headphone jack, splitting it into a left and a right mono, so one channel of music and one channel for clicking cues. In this situation, I definitely recommend purchasing an audio interface. Okay, what is an audio interface? This is a very good question. So the port on the side of your laptop or your iPad is an audio interface. An audio interface is a device that allows your computer to output analog audio signals. For a live situation, it's best to use a dedicated interface, such as the iConnect Audio 4 or this Motu MK4 interface. But there are lots of options available at lots of different price points. So you might be thinking, if the port on my computer or my iPad is fine, why are you asking me to spend like between $200 and $800 on this device? The recommendation is to use an audio interface. If you don't, you can still use this cable, which will allow you to send one channel of music and one with clicking cues down a separate channel to the mixer. Then you can put the clicking cues in your in-ears and the music in the main mix. The issue with that is that the output on your computer probably isn't super high quality. I know the one on my Mac and my iPad is good enough to power my headphones, but when I plug this cable into it and send audio to the mixer, the more I amplify the signal, the audio doesn't sound nearly as clean. This is where the dedicated interface comes in. A device such as this allows your iPad or laptop to output 4 dedicated channels. So 3 channels of music and 1 channel of clicking cues, or 1 stereo music output and a mono clicking cues. And then use the last output as a dedicated drum tracks. That way you can turn the drums up and down independently. Or 1 stereo music and 1 stereo clicking cues. The possibilities are endless until you need 5 outputs. So that's where this device comes into play. This is the Motu Ultralight audio interface that can do 10 outputs. Nathan, those are expensive. I'm super excited for a new device that is set to ship in December of 2018. The biggest problem with these devices is that the only part of the device we are using are the outputs. So this new device is called the Track Rig by Loop Community. It has 8 outputs, no inputs. It is rack mountable and it has 4 USB ports on it. I'm super excited about this because it's only $400 and it doesn't require any DI boxes. I shot that YouTube video we were talking about earlier in November of 2016 when I was just starting into multi-tracks, just trying to set everything up, and the thing I noticed was that it's expensive. It requires an interface, DI boxes, software, cables. So I skipped the DI boxes and came up with a genius idea. So I thought to use a 1/4 inch to XLR cable directly into the snake to the mixer. That worked fine until I started having troubles with the sound quality and I realized I had burned up my $200 interface. Whoops. So I contacted iConnect, and because of me and a few others, they have now upgraded their outputs to handle the phantom power. Great, just what I want to be known for, right? So what happened was that our analog mixer at church had a switch on the back of it to enable phantom power, which our pastor's mic required. The board was all or nothing. There was no option for an individual channel. So I subjected my interface to the phantom power and burned up the outputs. I literally blew the guts apart. You can check out the video on YouTube of me disassembling the device as requested by iConnect, and the video will be in the description. So now that we have accomplished our goal of having multiple stereo outputs being sent to the monitor mixer, the last thing we need to make sure of is that we continue the stereo signal chain all the way to the in-ear monitor packs. So 2 outputs will be required for each in-ear monitor body pack, one for the left and one for the right. That way we can properly pan signals to the left and right in stereo. For my church, we use my X32 rack to mix the room from iPads, as well as mix my in-ear monitors with it. Behringer makes a device called the P16, which is a device that plugs into the X32 mixer via Cat5 cable and is a portable monitor mixer. So each person on your worship team gets one and is able to create their own custom mix to their headphones. I don't have one of those, but I simply send a bus output of the rack into a Behringer P1 body pack, which is capable of 2 XLR inputs. A fun note, we use a second one of these P1 body packs at front of house, and we have one channel inputting a copy of my in-ear monitor mix, and the second a copy of our live stream mix. So with a mono of each signal, we can pan to the left and right and hear the mixes independently to monitor them and adjust them. So that should be everything we need to output quality signals and create stereo in-ear monitor mixes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below and I will do my best to answer them for you. Happy multi-tracking!